Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast to the protection against heavy rain and flooding, by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippa.
Welcome back to Flood Protection Secrets. This is part 4 already of our mini-series Cut Costs with Smart Flood Protection Planning. And if you followed along so far, you already know we have covered a lot of ground. In part 1, we broke down the different types of properties that need flood protection: private homes, business sites, public buildings, and even entire outdoor areas. We discovered that while the goal of protection is the same, each category brings unique challenges and technical requirements. In part 2, we stepped into the real world of homeowners, business managers, and public servants. We heard emotional stories of devastating loss and how most flood protection decisions are made far too late, after the damage has already occurred. And we looked at the common but risky habit of choosing flood barriers, like one might choose a new kitchen appliance quickly based on price and without proper guidance. And then came part 3 and the heart of the matter. We exposed the hidden danger in treating flood protection as a simple purchase instead of a professional consultation. We discussed why low-cost barriers often lead to high-cost disasters. You heard the truth about poor quality materials, weak sealing systems, and the catastrophic failure that can follow when barriers are not engineered to withstand kinetic impacts like floating debris or waves caused by vehicles. We talked about hydrostatic testing, standards from Germany and the US, and the kind of real-world testing that separates true protection from false security. If you haven't listened to parts 1, 2, or 3 yet, please pause here and go back. You'll gain the context and insight you need to truly appreciate what's coming next. Okay? So don't hesitate. Pause here and go back to part 1, 2, and 3. For all those who have listened to it already, so we can continue. So because now in part 4, I'll give you the 3 most powerful and practical pieces of advice I've gathered from my experience as an engineer, entrepreneur, and flood protection specialist. These tips could save you thousands and much more than money. Let's get started. Today you will receive 3 pieces of advice, my best and most powerful tips. And here comes advice number 1. Only use tested flood barriers. Never install barriers that haven't been properly tested. For example, the RSD mountable flood barriers and Anham automatic flip-up flood barriers, they call it Klappschott in German language, have passed the toughest tests in the world. They are certified by FM Global, the world's largest commercial and industrial insurer, under FM Class 2510, the highest global flood protection standard. FM Global doesn't just hand out certificates. They inspect everything: structural stability, resistance to fire and earthquakes, flood protection capabilities, even the durability of electrical systems, sprinkler installations, windows, and roofing materials. And if you wouldn't live in a building that might collapse in an earthquake, why would you trust untested barriers when flood waters strike? So, and in such a case, you will certainly trust those constructions that include tested procedures and criteria for your building. Or would you buy something that is cheap but not safe? Would you expose your investment and your family, your employees, your visitors to danger, to risk? That was my advice number 1, only use tested flood barriers. My advice number 2, you should visit the flood protection supplier's production facility. Don't just buy something based on a catalog or a slick website. Go there, walk into the factory, shake hands with the engineers. Yeah, shake my hands as well. Touch the aluminum and the stainless steel. Ask questions, watch how they test their products. You'll see whether they stand behind their claims or just hide behind clever marketing. In our case, you can visit on 5 continents. You can visit the companies. In Europe, that is the AS Stepanek KG in Limburg, Germany. In the UK, for the United Kingdom, it's the Flood Control International in Tavistock. In New York, USA, Flood Control International, Flood Control Australia in Melbourne, and Flood Control Asia IS Corporation in Clark, Philippines, with its own international airport and daily flights from major hubs. That is us. And I invite you, come and visit us. 80 kilometers north of Manila and to Clark International Airport, Qatar Airways, Emirates, Qatar Pacific, they fly daily. It's no problem to go there. And that leads me to, that was my advice number 2. You should visit the Flood Protection Suppliers production facility. And advice number 3, don't buy something without a plan. Would you build a house without a blueprint? Of course not. So why invest in flood protection without one? Every barrier, every bolt, every seal needs to be engineered into your specific site. Without a custom plan, you're just guessing, and guessing costs more in the long run. So, my recap of the 3 smartest tips and advices for flood protection success. Advice number 1, only choose tested and certified flood barriers. Advice number 2, visit the production site and inspect the quality yourself. And advice number 3, start with a solid plan before you buy anything. And as you have noticed in my previous episodes of Flood Protection Secrets, we are approaching the episode number 100 very soon, I realize. There's, in most of the episodes, there's a golden nugget at the end. So your flood barrier, and today I give you one more golden nugget. You can use it. You can keep it or use it. Your flood barrier is not a commodity. It's your lifeline when disaster strikes. Don't stop for safety the way you shop for a toaster. Demand proof, demand quality, and above all, demand a plan. And how such a plan looks like, this is what I will share in the next flood protection episode, Cut Costs with Smart Flood Protection Planning, Part 5. Yeah, if you have found this episode valuable, hit subscribe to this podcast, Flood Protection Secrets, and don't forget to share it with someone who might need it. You'll also find the links below to reach out directly to our team or to me, Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe, that's me. And because when it comes to flood protection, you're not just buying metal and seals, you are investing in peace of mind. So stay safe and stay flood free, and don't miss the next episode, Part 5, where I'll show what a great flood protection plan really looks like. Once again, stay safe and flood free, and do not miss the next episode in a couple of days. I wish and hope for you that you make the right decisions when it comes to your personal flood protection. And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to this podcast channel if you haven't already. Now it only remains for me to wish you a good day. Do something with it. Maybe until the next podcast episode. I would be very happy. See you then. As always, stay safe and flood free. Your Andreas Klippe and the whole Flood Experts team.
That's it again with a new episode of Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe, German engineer, book author, and head of the Flood Experts. What can Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe protect for you? Anytime? Worldwide? Contact us or just click through to www.thefloodexperts.de/bonus. Detailed engineering. German quality. Safe. Flood protection secrets. The secrets you'll want to unfold.
Don't forget, you're only one flood barrier away.
Subscribe to the season, and you'll never be late for an episode.